The history of the Moscow Kremlin begins on Borovitsky Hill, where it was founded in 1156 as a modest wooden fortress. By the 14th century, it was reinforced with white stone, and later, Italian architects under Ivan III reimagined it in its iconic red brick. This 28-hectare complex has transitioned from the seat of czars and Soviet leaders to the modern Russian presidency, earning UNESCO World Heritage status in 1990. Within these walls, the pursuit of grandeur led to the creation of the 202-ton Tsar bell. Cast by Ivan and Mikhail Motorin between 1733 and 1735, it remains the world's largest bell, despite never being rung. A catastrophic 1737 fire caused the heated metal to crack when doused with cold water, breaking off an 11-ton shard. It sat in its casing pit for nearly a century before its 1836 resurrection. While the bell stood silent, the Tsar cannon nearby served as a 39-ton bronze testament to military might. Cast in 1586 by Andrei Chokov, this massive bombard boasts an 890mm caliber, the world's largest. Though designed to defend the Kremlin with stone shot, it was likely never fired in combat. Originally located in Red Square, it was moved inside the Kremlin during the 18th century to rest upon its decorative carriage. To house the rulers who created such monuments, Tsar Nicholas I commissioned Konstantin Tan to build the Grand Kremlin Palace between 1837 and 1849. Replacing ancient princely estates, this 700-room masterpiece incorporated the 17th-century Terem Palace and 9 historic churches. While it initially served as the Tsar's imperial residence, the 1970 revolution transformed it into a Soviet venue. Following a 1990s restoration, it now functions as the official residence of the Russian president. Throughout the 20th century, the Kremlin evolved from a ceremonial imperial site into the nerve center of Soviet power. Several churches were destroyed during the Soviet era, and the complex was meticulously camouflaged for protection during World War II. In 1961, the modernist State Kremlin Palace was added to the grounds. Since opening as a museum in 1955, ongoing restorations have ensured the site remains Russia's premier cultural and political symbol. Defining the silhouette of this stronghold are its 20 towers, many featuring iconic ruby stars. Mostly constructed in the late 15th century for defense, they were later adorned with 17th century stone tents. The Spasskaya Tower serves as the main ceremonial gate, while the 80-meter Troskaya Tower welcomes modern visitors. Originally topped with imperial eagles, these structures received their Soviet stars in the 1930s, bridging the Kremlin's Tsarist past with its modern identity. The Moscow Kremlin has hosted pivotal historical moments. In 1896, it held the last Russian imperial coronation of Nicholas II. By 1920, Lenin and his wife, Nadezhda Krupskaya, were documented meeting in their apartment. In 1936, Stalin and Khrushchev met within its walls during the Purge era. The Kremlin witnessed the easing of the Cold War with the 1988 Reagan-Gorbachev summit and the 1993 signing of the START II treaty by Bush and Yeltsin, culminating in a 2001 meeting between Boris Yeltsin and his successor, Vladimir Putin.